2 Samuel 5:12, a very interesting verse. David, so 2 Samuel, we've been through at this point about 15 years of David's trials and tribulations. He was anointed king by Samuel in his father's house at a young age, maybe 14, 15. In this chapter, we are told that he was made king at the age of 30. So from 15 to 30, the whole of 1 Samuel and these preceding chapters, David, he kicks off his career by killing Goliath, and then, my word, this guy is on the run. He was up against Goliath after Goliath after Goliath, always outnumbered, men stronger than him, so that David's MO, the way David did life, was through faith. He was never, up to this point in his formative years to become king, he was always outnumbered, or his enemy was stronger. He was on the run from his own king. 10-1. David had 600 men. Saul was coming after him with 6,000 men. Numerous times, and David's life was just constantly being betrayed. He was in hiding. I mean, this is where we get the substance of these Psalms written by David, just crying out for God's protection, feeling like God wasn't there. I think of Psalm 10:1. Why do you stand far off? Why are you not here? Why are you in hiding, God, when I call on you? Psalm 10:1. But David always knew deep down that God was faithful. God was there. But here we have in 2 Samuel 5, verse 12, I find this verse very interesting. It says, David knew he had been established as king over Israel. Just at this point, David knew that he'd been established as king over Israel, and that the kingdom was exalted for the sake of God's people, Israel. So here we are 15 years in. David's kingdom is established. He is a man of integrity. And David knew that it was for God's people. He had been established as king, the kingdom exalted for the sake of God's people, Israel. So David had been given the kingdom. He had, as it were, been honored. Favor and honor come from the Lord. Psalm 84:11. He had been honored. He had been fashioned and formed for this role of leadership, and he was prospered. And David knew how to receive it. Psalm 16, 4-5, 5-6, it says, surely my lot is secure. The Lord has made the boundary of my lot fall in pleasant places. Again in Psalm 17:8, David says, keep me, Lord, as the apple of your eye. David knew he was favored. He knew that God's blessing on him was for him, and he knew how to receive it. But he also had a sense, a fear of God, that there was something in his life being prospered that was purposed to bless other people. So even in this chapter, 2 Samuel 5, even after this sense of David knowing this kingdom has been established, it's been given to me, it's also for the people, he's faced again by the Philistines. And they are confident that they will defeat him. I mean, there's pressure even coming in his glory day. David, knowing his kingdom was established, this is what I find fascinating, went to the Lord about the Philistines. He didn't stand up and go, okay, look now, I've been made king. This is my day. My day has come. You rise up against me, you will die. No, David knew he'd been established as king, but all these years had taught him that some trust in chariots, some in horses, Psalm 20 verse 7, but not him. He trusted in the name of the Lord his God. So he inquired of the Lord about the Philistines, and the Lord said, yeah, go, I'll give them into your hands. So he did. They came again. Same chapter, 2 Samuel 5. David inquires of God again. He doesn't rely on his status. He doesn't rely on the first defeat and victory. No, he inquires of God again, and God speaks again, but gives him a different strategy. Just as well he inquired. So I just think Here we have David. He sees his blessing. He knows who he is. He sees that in the blessing on his life there's also a purpose for other people. David can receive his own blessing, but he still fears God and seeks God and remains humble in his role, even in his powerful role, to keep in step with the Spirit. Galatians 5:25. There's a lot in this for us. And anyway, God bless you.